Reading from two short excerpts. One is from book 2 in my series. This one's The Perfect Score. And this is I used to be a gymnastics instructor, and so I based a series of romance novels around the sport of gymnastics. So this is from The Perfect Score, book 2. Okay. Her heart pounded when he folded his fingers over hers, and the sound of blood rushing in her ears was all she heard. A small smile blossomed as she remembered what she'd thought the first time she'd seen the side of his hands. "I like it when you smile," he said, his voice deep. "What are you thinking?" "The first time I saw your hand, I thought it would cover my whole chest. Such an inappropriate thought when first meeting a parent of a potential club member." She snapped out of her stupor and blushed deeply. "Oh, dear Lord, I can't believe I said that." He shifted his gaze to her breast. "Shall we test your theory?" Her nipples hardened in response and her eyes widened. "It's not appropriate for you to be staring at my breasts. You shouldn't have mentioned them. Are we 16? Far from it." He glanced at her lips. "I suppose it wouldn't be appropriate for me to kiss you." "Precisely." Her voice was far too breathy for her liking. She tried taking her hand out of his, but he tightened his grip. "I'm going to do it anyway." He lowered his face toward hers. She turned her head, trying to remain in control of the situation. Her brain told her this wasn't a good idea. Her body said, "What the hell?" "Jack." Her firm tone should have brooked no argument. Too bad it came out with a quiver. His eyes closed. "Say it again." Her voice trembled when she spoke. "Say what?" "My name. I hate it when you call me Mr. Fortier." "Mr. Fortier," she began, but Jack caught her chin gently in his hand. Her eyes narrowed, but she didn't try to escape. "Do you always expect to get what you want?" "Not a lot of people say no to me." His lips were a hair's breadth away from hers. "Please say my name." With their lips almost touching, she whispered, "Jack." She had been about to say they should keep their relationship professional and intimate contact was out of the question. But when he sealed her lips with a kiss, further protest died in her throat. He added a little pressure, and warmth spread throughout her entire body. Her body responded like a woman dying of thirst needs water. She thought his kisses would have been aggressive like him, but this was unlike any kiss she had ever experienced. It spoke of moonlit walks and breakfast in bed, promised tender good nights and passionate good mornings, whispered words meant only for a lover's ear, and dreams shared only with another. Shelley had always viewed a kiss as a prelude to sex, but never to her future. This book was even harder to choose something that was, appropriate for general. Okay, this is book 3 in the series, Tumbling Hearts. "You know what to do. Trust yourself. Trust me. You've already done the double back in tuck and pike position." "I know." Frustration infused itself into her tone. "But the punch from the floor is different for this one, and I'm not sure my body remembers how." He shook his head and walked toward her. She met him halfway. Always so hard on herself. The pads of his thumb stroked her cheeks as he cupped her face in his hands. "Sunshine, this is for fun. Why are you pressuring yourself?" She pulled away from his grasp. "I hate not being able to do something. I don't like being afraid, and if I call it quits, it will bother me for the rest of the day because I didn't try." He gave her a gentle chuck on the chin. "You were the same way as a gymnast, always pushing." Kissing the top of her head, he let his lips linger. She sighed, her forehead thudding into his breastbone. Her hands crept up to his pecs, fingers spreading wide. "You have no idea how many times I've taken a fantasy to this level." He stepped back and looked down into her eyes. "What?" A naughty grin stole over her face. "Every time I was frustrated or needed support, and you'd stand close to talk to me, my mind would wander to that what-if place. What if? He questioned. Yeah, what if he kissed my cheek? What if he told me he liked me? What if he hugged me a little longer? He chuckled again. You have no idea how many times I wished I could. Why don't we leave it for today? You don't have to do the skill, you know. Let's go for dinner. Determination written on her face, she straightened her spine. Yes, I do. After his workout, he was starved. He wanted to eat. Maybe goading her into doing the skill would allow them to leave for good. Just because I can do one doesn't mean you have to. Her eyes narrowed at his challenge. Okay, hotshot, let's see what you've got.